Security architecture in a collaborative de-perimeterized environment, factors of success. My name is Yulia Cherdantseva. I am a PhD student at Cardiff University, UK, and I do research in information security. This presentation was originally done at the ISSE conference in Prague on 23rd November 2011. First of all, thank you very much for your initial interest in this presentation, and I hope you will find it interesting. And I do welcome all comments. You can find my email address on the first page of the presentation. In this study, we identified 10 factors that we believe should be taken into account by business experts and system architects and system designers while building a security architecture in the present landscape. We hope that this study will help to raise awareness about the problematic areas of information security and highlight questions worthy of attention and further research. As you see, the title of the presentation is quite long and complicated, but the only reason why we have chosen such a title is because it perfectly reflects the very essence of our study. And to prove that and to make the title more clear and easier to understand, I will use the title as the outline of the talk. First, I will explain what we mean by security architecture. Then I will talk about the collaborative de-perimeterized environment, and I'll give some examples. The third and the main part of the presentation, and I will talk you through 10 factors of success there. At the end, I will give you a brief summary. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email me. What is a security architecture? For the purpose of this study, we use definition and understanding of a security architecture proposed by Sherwood. According to Sherwood, security architecture is concerned with the design and development of secure business information systems. It means systems that are free from danger and damage, reliable and resistant to failures and attacks. The main task of a security architecture is an overall business security. On the next slide, you will see the SUCCESS model of a security architecture. SUCCESS is an abbreviation. It stands for Sherwood Applied Business Security Architecture. SUCCESS comprises 6 layers. Each layer represents different point of view: business view, architect's view, designer's view, the builder's view, the tradesman's view, and the service manager's view. For the purpose of this study, we are only concerned with the top 3 layers of security architecture. What affects a security architecture? As any other architecture, a security architecture is affected by 3 aspects. Let's take an example of a building construction. First, architecture is affected by the business goal, whether you want to build a lighthouse, a tower, or a residential house. Second, architecture is affected by technical capabilities. What technical means are available. Third, architecture depends on the environment. The architecture will be different depending on whether you build your house in the countryside or in the middle of a large city. Often, a security architecture is investigated purely from a technical viewpoint, whereas the impact of the environment is ignored. So if we say that it is important to take environment into account, what is the present environment? Where do we find ourselves today? To the present environment, we refer to as a collaborative and de-perimeterized. And now I'll explain what we mean by these two. The term de-perimeterization was coined by the Jericho Forum and refers to the erosion of an organization's hard perimeter in response to the evolution of ICT. Formally, the Jericho Forum describes de-perimeterization as the concept of architecturing security for the extended business boundary and not an arbitrary IT boundary. To make things simple, let's consider a short example. These lovely ladies work for a company called Better Buy, and they sell goods online. The company protects its IT boundary using perimeter security strategy. But what happens in reality? The Better Buy company hosts its website, its web application, and all its database externally. Service provider, to some extent, has access to the sensitive data. The Better Buy also closely works with suppliers. The ladies need to access information about goods hosted externally, by suppliers. The staff of the Better Buy also collaborates with suppliers and customers with regards to orders and payments. And finally, one of the ladies, an accountant, decides to work from home and need access to sensitive information. So there is no hard perimeter anymore. And this is what we generally call the collaborative de-perimeterized environment, the environment where there are no closed systems. This is a simple and easy to understand example. Large companies have far more complex environments. We may think about the Boeing company, how it collaborates with airplane owners and operators. We can talk about airlines in general. They allow reservation on the other companies' flights through their own reservation systems. They share information about flights and customers. Think about joint product development projects. When one or more companies have complex information sharing needs, they may be competitors in some areas at the same time and do not wish to disclose sensitive information or all sensitive information. Banking system is a good example. Having your money in one bank, you still could withdraw your money in the cash machine of another bank. All these examples assume collaborative information sharing and the consequent erosion of organization's perimeter. Hopefully all these explain the collaborative de-perimeterized environment. The key message. But before I actually declare the key message of the presentation, I should outline the problem. As mentioned above, a security architecture in most cases is considered from the technical point of view, in terms of technical capabilities available. Similarly, within de-perimeterization research, a strong emphasis is placed on technologies. However, we consider de-perimeterization to be a complex, socio-technical phenomenon, worthy of detailed research not only from the standpoint of technical network specialists, but also from the standpoint of business specialists and system architects. And therefore, here's the key message. The specifics of the collaborative de-perimeterized environment should be taken into account and addressed at all layers of a security architecture from different points of view, including business, architects, and designers' viewpoints. Delving deeper, we identify 10 specific factors that are required for a successful security architecture in the collaborative de-perimeterized environment. We deliberately call them factors, not principles, for example, to emphasize that these factors will be of different significance for different companies. At this point, I should also make it clear that we identified problematic areas. We do not propose solutions. Here is the list of all 10 factors, and now I will talk you through each factor.